For reliable HVAC professionals, look no further than Ane and Bartram Heating and Cooling. Whether you need a routine maintenance check or an emergency repair on a heating or cooling unit, Ane and Bartram are available to handle all of your heating, cooling, and ventilation needs. Ane and Bartram strive to be the best, so call them today at 317-889-9574. They even have 24/7 emergency service. Call them today, Ane and Bartram, 317-889-9574.
Looking to make your brand stand out? Turn to Business Art Designs, celebrating over 35 years in the sign industry since 1990. As the official sign supplier of the Indianapolis Indians, they bring unmatched expertise to every project. From eye-catching temporary signage for any event, to durable, permanent signs that leave a lasting impression. Visit them on Main Street in the heart of downtown Beech Grove. Business Art Designs, proud supporter of Roncalli Athletics.
Discover the Coin Index in Greenwood. Have you inherited a coin collection you aren't sure what to do with? Are you interested in investing in precious metals? Then the Coin Index is your ultimate destination for coins and precious metals. We buy, sell, and appraise. Located at 857 North Madison Avenue, just south of the Greenwood Park Mall. For expert service and top-notch selection, visit us at coinindex.com. The Coin Index, your trusted partner in coins and precious metals.
Gallagher's Pub and Eatery, your go-to spot before, after, and during all Roncalli events. As a family-owned and operated establishment, we take pride in offering a warm, friendly atmosphere where you can savor delicious pizza, fresh salads, mouth-watering wings, and a wide selection of ice-cold beverages. With 25 smart TVs around the venue, you'll catch every moment of the action and never miss a sporting event. Whether you're gearing up for the big game or celebrating a win, Gallagher's is the
Well, the sun is out, the air is crisp, the wind is, well, mostly gone, and it's time to play some baseball. Hello and welcome to Roncalli High School for today's matchup between the Giants of Ben Davis and the Royals of Roncalli. This is the Indianapolis Fruit pregame show with Rob Brown. I'm Nathaniel Finch, and Rob, both teams enter this contest with a couple of blips on the record. Looking to catch fire here on the early season schedule.
Well, Roncalli coming off a loss last night at Columbus North, 5-4, a game the Royals led much of the way, but a 3-run double by Columbus North in the bottom of the fifth flipped the game, and Royals were only able to manage 4 hits since the first time all year in 5 games that they did not manage an extra base hit. So I know Tony Vittorio is looking for a better approach from his team at the plate tonight. Meanwhile, Ben Davis has played just 2 games and has been overmatched in both, most recently an 8-0 shutout loss at Franklin Central last night. So both these teams early going. It's early in the season. Both teams working in a lot of new players, so you're going to expect to see some bumps in the road here, certainly in the first 2 weeks in April.
We talk about what Tony Vittorio is going to want to look for early in this game. I'm sure you've got a better idea than most. You just talked to him. Why don't we get to that interview, and then when we come back, we'll get first pitch underway. So, Rob, we'll cut to your interview with Coach Vittorio.
We're here on the Dugout Show with head coach Tony Vittorio as the Royals back at home. Second game of the week for the Royals, taking on Ben Davis tonight before the Royals host Cecina here on Thursday to close out the week. Coach, before we get into the matchup tonight, let's just get 5 games in, just an overview of where your team is right now, 3-2 after the 1-run loss last night at Columbus North.
Yeah, from the dugout. This is from the clubhouse today. It's a little chilly out, but yeah, not really happy with the way things are going right now. We beat 3 teams probably we should have beaten, and then lost to 2 teams that are fairly good teams, and so it's been a little frustrating. We need our seniors to step up a little bit more on the leadership side. Got some new guys in the lineup. I'm proud of a few of them, and actually our seniors are performing in some area of the game. It's just the leadership part that we're really handling on them right now.
You mentioned some new guys in the lineup. You replaced 6 starters from last year's 24-win team. Of those new faces in the lineup, we'll get to some veterans here in a minute, but of the new faces in the lineup, who stood out for you here so far early?
Yeah, I think the first one that I'd like to mention is Kalen Staley at third base, just having great at-bats, making plays in the field. very coachable, tries to stay with our processes and routines, and is sold on them, right? So he's had some success. What we try to do is set our players up for success with processes, right? I'm a process-oriented guy, and Kalen's on top of that. Aiden Hartman at first base, playing a good first base and hitting well too, is doing a good job offensively for us. And then new young arms, right? You got Gavin McGee you're going to see tonight. Threw decent his first outing last week, and he's a heck of a talent, and he's just getting better and better each day. And then Dane Burton's going to be good for us on the mound. And then our transfer, Joey Ortman, got in this weekend on the mound, and obviously new face, and really battled that back injury during the basketball season. So we're trying to ease him back in. So he threw pretty well his first outing, and looking forward to his progress too on the mound.
The three returning starters, Colin Ash, who was a double-duty guy, outfielder, pitcher, Gio Artizone, who, even though he's a junior, it feels like he's been a starter here since day one, and Luke Baker, the three guys you have back. I know you're going to lean on those guys heavily here, especially offensively in your lineup.
Yeah, I mean, Gio's almost like a senior, right? But he's just a junior, and he's here to make good grades and play baseball, right? And committed to Bellarmine as a junior, Division I school, but he's just a solid baseball player. Colin's Colin, right, has a chance, I think, to be the player of the week last week, PBR player of the week. I think he hit like 667. He had 3 triples, 3 doubles out of his 10 hits, stole, I think, 4 bases, and really the last 2 outings on the mound has competed on the mound well, but it got the losses. But as games go on, that's not all about just who's on the mound, right? We need to make better plays, hit better in both those games. But Colin's Colin. He's a really good player, one of the best players in the state. Luke Baker, 3-sport athlete, right? Trying to get him in baseball mode right now, and he's doing well offensively, and we need him to pick up a little bit defensively, right? Maybe lack of reps because he's a 3-sport athlete and had a lot of that. Those teams had a lot of success in football and basketball, but he's coming on too.
Ben Davis, the opponent tonight, a team that comes in trying to find its way a little bit. What do you look for keys for tonight?
Yeah, so I thought last night, I told the guys, we won 3 in a row against teams I feel we should have beaten, and we did what we were supposed to do. And I told them last night, this is a good test for us because this is where we're really at, and we're not there yet, obviously, after that game. And so tonight would be more on reaching our goals, team goals, 55% quality at bats, 70% advantage counts, and getting on those bases and running. And that's what I'm looking for tonight, is reaching our team goals.
Royals back at home for the first of 2 to close out the week. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you. Great seeing you, man. It's baseball season, baby.
That's Roncalli head coach Tony Vittorio. Nathaniel and I will have the first pitch after this pause on the Roncalli Media Network.
Your vision from concept to creation. At Gemco Constructors, we're your one-stop partner in commercial construction, from mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems to building automation and post-project service. We deliver projects on time, on budget, and built to last. Innovation, safety, and service. Proud supporter of the Roncalli Royals. Visit wearegemco.com today. Gemco, building your vision. Concept to creation.
Welcome back. That interview, Rob, thank you for talking to Coach pregame. It's brought to you, of course, as part of our Indianapolis Fruit pregame show, a family-owned leader in quality produce since 1947, delivering everything from organic produce to gourmet grab-and-go offerings. That's at indyfruit.com. Ready here in a matter of moments to get underway between Ben Davis at 0-2, Roncalli at 3-2, early on in the season, so you kind of forget the records and just play ball.
Yeah, this is the second of 3 for the Royals. Lost last night at Columbus North. Tonight's game, obviously, against Ben Davis, and then they'll host Cecina Memorial here on Thursday. So you want to get sharper as the week goes on. And looking forward to seeing the sophomore Gavin McGee on the mound tonight. But before that, we will let you get through the batting order for Ben Davis.
Brought to you by the Mark Linder Real Estate Team with nearly $500,000 in lifetime sales. You can lean on Mark Linder and his team for all your real estate needs. Give Mark a call at 317-514-6275. Leading off for Ben Davis and playing out in left field will be Russell Flanagan. Second baseman and batting second is Zab Andino. Then Tyler Morris in the 3-hole. He'll play at first base out in the field. To shortstop, batting cleanup, Avery Mitchell. In the 5-hole, Leland Cope. He will play third base today. The designated hitter comes in that 6th spot in the lineup. It's Derek Douglas. Your catcher, Quentin Gilden at 7. And then your final 2 spots in the batting order, DJ Mitchell in right field and Jace Allen, the center fielder. And pitching, we'll get to him at the bottom of this inning for Ben Davis to Johnny Anderson. But as you mentioned, all eyes first for the Royals on Gavin McGee up on the bump.
Sophomore making his second appearance. Began the season with a 4-inning win as a starter against Lutheran last week. The game the Royals won 19-2 in 5 innings. .605 first pitch.
Second one in the dirt as well, so the 2-0 count to start things off. Second game started already with a win under his belt, Gavin McGee.
Gave up 2 runs in that start, struck out 7, walked 4, and 3 hits in 4 innings.
That number that stands out there, the 7 strikeouts, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, 7. Yeah, of the 12 batters he retired, 7 were via the strikeout. So 2 really good starts last week by the sophomores. First McGee, and then the sophomore right-hander Dane Burton had a nice start. Did not allow a run in 4 innings at Southwestern on the weekend.
This one down the middle of the zone. Needed that with the 3-0 count. As good of a strikeout guy as he is, it's going to be tough when you start 3-0 in the count. 2 nice pitches, though. He's battled back.
.49 degrees, rather, our game time temperature. Supposed to be in the mid-40s by the end of the game tonight.
Off the plate, a leadoff walk. And Russell Flanagan aboard to start things off today. That'll bring up Zab Andino. A little chilly, but certainly considering the wind yesterday, you'll take it. Not a ton of wind. It's just, especially when you're standing out in the sun, not too bad.
No, it was galing yesterday. A little bit of a breeze out of right center field, but not a lot today.
McGee sends it right down the middle of the plate. Your Game Time weather sponsor is always Whitetail Properties. Turn your real estate dreams into reality. More on them in a moment, but here's the 0-1 ahead in the count after the walk on the last batter. And he'll be well ahead in the count. Bill and Jay Miner, your go-to real estate experts, whether it's hunting, farming, lakeside, or just a home nestled on acreage. These proud Roncalli alums will make it happen. Call today or visit whitetailproperties.com. The 0-2 from McGee tries to get a chase. It will result in a stolen bag. Flanagan over to second. Always important. Every team wants to get their leadoff runner aboard, but when you can have him in scoring position as well without any outs, that could be big.
Yeah, we've got the official score tied into our system here, so that was scored a stolen base.
Held the runner off at second, making the throw in time. Artizone with the first put out over to Hartman, and we've gotten out.
Nice job to look it back.
Almost looked like he wasn't going to be able to get the throw in time trying to hold the runner. It worked out perfect. Big hit here, deep left field. This one could be over. We're going to start the game with a 2-0 lead for the Giants.
Wow.
The first home run of the season given up by the Royals pitching staff.
Tyler Morris golfed that one. The leading hitter last year at 381, and that was a no-doubter to left field.
I thought the Royals had done a good job this year through their 5 games of limiting those deep balls, and this one, like you said, he just took it like he was using a driver out there. McGee tries to shrug it off. Here's Avery Mitchell in the batter's box. A nice pitch and a healthy swing.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see how McGee comes back after that home run. Can't get 2 batters retired here and get in the dugout.
If you're going to give one up, first inning's the perfect time. You give your offense plenty of time to atone for it. And, you know, it's his second start. He's already pitched 4 innings, but there is still a factor of working your way into the routine of playing baseball again. It's been a while. I'd imagine the message in the dugout's going to be, hey, just shrug it off and move on.
Yep, this is McGee's first year on the varsity roster as a sophomore.
Here's a short one over to the third baseman, Staley. Throws in time. Out number 2. Leland Cope steps into the batter's box now. The windup from McGee, right down the middle. The perfect changeup.
Yep. Pitch tailing away, caught the outside.
Another great pitch, a big hack, and he had that one out of the zone. Beautiful. Now the 1-2 from McGee. This one sent high up into the air. 3 guys into the sun. The play is made. Artizone with the catch. We'll head to the bottom of the first, but Ben Davis does the early damage. 2-0. The Giants over the Royals. We'll come back in a moment.
Greenwood Vision Care, your vision is our priority. Dr. Olivia Yankee, Roncalli alum class of 2009, and her team treats you like family with expert eye exams, stylish frames, and personalized care. No rush, no hassle, just friendly service and sharp vision. Isn't it time you saw clearly and felt confident? Call Greenwood Vision Care today at 317-653-5872 to schedule your appointment. Greenwood Vision Care, where eye care feels like home.
Harding Porman is a full-service printing and brand communications company. From creative services and strategy to print, signage, digital output, warehousing and fulfillment, mailing, e-commerce storefronts, and even mobile solutions. They are dedicating to helping their clients get the most out of their brand communication efforts with the quality they can see and results they can be sure of. Get the most out of your brand communications. Certified to be the best, Harding Porman.
Welcome back to La Pinta Field, Roncalli High School. Ben Davis with the early 2-run shot. We've got the start of the bottom of the first on the way. And looking at the lineups here, these are brought to you by Indiana Electrical Services, handling all your electrical needs, big or small. Leading off for the Royals, Gio Artizone, the shortstop, committed to Bellarmine, a fantastic player for this roster. Callan Staley, the third baseman, will bat second, followed by Colin Ash. Valparaiso bound, he plays center field. In the 4th spot will be Luke Baker, the second baseman, batting 5th and playing right field, Luke Rader. 6th and at first base, Aiden Hartman. Then your bottom 3 in the lineup, Carrington Pitts behind the dish. Sam Kreiner, the designated hitter, and then in left field and at the bottom of the lineup card, Ryan Merkel. Indiana Electrical Services with Roncalli alums Jeff Russell and David Moran proud to serve you. powering your home, your business, and your school spirit.
Pitcher for Ben Davis tonight, the junior right-hander, Johnny Anderson. Appeared in 2 games last year, making his first appearance here in 2026. And the Royals in an early 2-0 hole after the home run by Tyler Morris in the top of the first.
Well, they say walks will hunt, and in that case it did. You got the leadoff guy aboard, unearned, and then the run to go over the fence to make it 2-0. Now a bit of a hole, and the offense has plenty of time, but why not start now? Artizone this season through 5 games, batting better than .400. Got 7 hits already. Batted 5 in. He's had a great start to the season. Another all-conference, all-county type season like he had a year ago.
And it's hard to believe he's just a junior. He's been a presence in the lineup since broke in halfway through his freshman year and has been a mainstay ever since.
The first pitch from Anderson off the plate. Second one swung on and missed. Artizone back in the box, the right-handed junior. Shows his barrel, lays one down, trying to get himself aboard in a perfect bunt. You can't draw it up much better than that.
Boy, that was textbook. Artizone saw that Cope was playing behind the bag at third, and just a beautiful job by Artizone to knock it down and die the baseball in the grass. And now we've got a little bit of a delay as the catcher, Quentin Gilden, is looking for his earpiece. That's a recent thing in high school baseball where starting last year, there was the IHSA allowed there to be communication from the dugout to the catcher via an earpiece like you see in the big leagues.
Yeah.
So pitches can be called from the dugout via the earpiece, and Quentin Gilden lost his earpiece trying to field that bunt in the grass.
After the successful bunt, Artizone over on first. Here's Callan Staley. And Artizone wheels all the way to second. Could have walked there. He was going to take off regardless, but it helped that the ball went back toward the backstop.
And that's a team-high 9 stolen base for Gio Artizone. And that's something Tony Vittorio's teams have done since he became the head coach here 2 seasons ago. Likes to put guys in motion on the base paths.
Get him on, get him over, and get him in. Very similar to the way they played down the street at UIndy under Al Reddy.
Yeah, the Royals came into today's game with 29 stolen bases in just 5 games.
That's incredible.
29 out of 32.
Here's the windup from Anderson, looking to make a play over at second. Back in time, Artizone. Staley back in and ready with a 1-1 count. This one goes foul. You could tell Anderson is just spending a little bit more brain power over at what Artizone is up to. Part of the benefits of having so many guys steal bases all the time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not just one player. You know, you look at those 29 steals, those are distributed over about 5 or 6 guys. Multiple players on this roster that can run if given the opportunity.
Here's the 1-2. Staley awaits another send over to second. If there was a bigger crowd, we might hear a couple boos.
Well,
this wasn't high school baseball.
No disengagement limit in high school. So Anderson can throw over as much as he likes.
The 1-2, a couple extra looks over to Artizone. I think Gio knows he might be a little bit in that pitcher's head out there. You can see the way he's walking around, trying to give his batter and Staley some assistance on the base paths. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on. Sent foul. That one was maybe a bit inside anyway.
Yeah, that was in on the hands, and Staley had to fight that one off.
No outs in Artizone over on second. The 2-2 in the dirt. That'll send Artizone over to third. The throw there not in time. And not only your leadoff man's aboard, but now he stands over there on third base.
Yeah, that was a delayed steal as Artizone did not break until that ball hit the dirt. So that'll get scored a wild pitch per our official score. Either way, Artizone stands at third.
And put Staley on first. Close call, but that one just inside. It's got to be a little demoralizing if you're Anderson, though. Such a long AB. Felt like Staley was in the box for, 5-10 minutes there. And it ends in him getting a free trip over to first base. And now the lefty, Colin Ash, plays center field, headed to Valparaiso. I'll look to do some damage with no outs and runners on the corners. Anderson with a throw over to first. Trying to keep these runners honest.
I know we're still in small sample size theater, but Ash's offensive numbers are video game-like.
That 6'11" batting average is incredible. And sure, it's a small sample size, but through 5 games, and with the talent that he has, all-conference, all-county player, I don't know if 6'11" can be sustained, but he could absolutely flirt with 500.
Well, 6 of his 11 hits have been extra base hits. 3 doubles, 3 triples.
Off the zone, back to third, and the runner advances to second. Staley, the heads-up play. And now 2 in scoring position with no outs. This is what we meant when we said that 2-run blast, sure it hurts, but there's still plenty of time, and without an out, you already have 2 guys in scoring position. Ash awaits the pitch from Anderson. Out of the zone again. And it's hard enough, Rob. And I'll say this because I'm not a very good baseball player myself. It's hard enough just to put that ball in the zone to begin with, but now when you've got 2 runners, 2 leadoff runners in scoring position there that you got to keep an eye on too, it's got to make it that much harder.
On the runners, as you've alluded to a couple times, certainly occupying the bulk of Anderson's attention. Now with Ash at the plate hitting 6'11", do you give him the green light on 3-0?
Talk about those 3 doubles and 3 triples. Hasn't put one over the fence yet. This one down the middle. He thought he had a trip to first.
Yeah, and this is 3rd varsity season. Ash has never been a home run hitter More of a gap-to-gap hitter, but not a lot of power.
Big swing here. Trying to make the play over at second. It'll score one. Ash put out at first. And Dino the throw to Morris. But it scores Artizone. First out. But the deficit cut in half.
Well, Ash was looking for a ball to drive, but he did get the runner home.
It'll bring up Luke Baker now, the second baseman. Got one guy on base. That is Staley over to third. And Baker this season batting .400 early on. He's got 6 hits, 6 runs as well. And he is a guy that has put it over the fence. He owns the lone home run for this offense through 5 games. And he gets hit.
That hit him? Yeah, it did. Got him on the outside leg.
Corners again. Luke Rader comes up to bat, the right fielder. You talk about impressive offensive numbers. Rader, .455 his batting average. And he's also been walked 4 times, which is second on the team. Certainly noteworthy here as Anderson has put 2 guys on base for free.
Pitching coach out to talk to Anderson. Royals have yet to hit a ball out of the infield, but have a run in and runners at the corners.
Got to imagine that's half the message there is, hey, you're not getting shelled. They're not sending this out to the warning track. Just pitch the ball, play your game, don't worry about the guys on base, and just put it into the catcher's glove. Easier said than done, but you got to imagine that's half the battle. Staley stands on third. Baker, the base runner, on first after getting hit. You see Gilden give some signs to Anderson, and now we're ready to go. Another inside pitch. Rader will watch it.
Yeah, I was looking to find Anderson's pitch count. That's already 18 pitches. And we're only 1 out into the inning.
The throw over to second. Runner tries to come home. The throw is errant. Staley ties it up. Baker over to third. Worst case scenario for the Giants.
Well, a delayed steal, and Ben Davis tried to cut the ball coming down the infield and get it back to the plate, but the throw went errant. We'll see how that gets scored. I'm going to guess it's going to be a stolen base, and then Staley scores via an error. Yep, that's exactly how it'll go. The error on the shortstop, Mitchell.
Anderson, another breath. Out of the zone again. The count now at 3-0. He hasn't thrown a ton over the middle of the plate here over the last couple of batters. Healthy swing, foul tip. Rader clearly had the green light there.
So again, the scoring on that last play, Baker credited with the steal of second, and then Staley scores, and Baker advances to third via the error on the shortstop.
Here's the 3-1 from Anderson. Swung on. Sent up high, making chase in the sun, and making the catch. That's Andino in the throw in time to get the runner back over to third. Luke Baker retreats and stands on third, and put out there is Luke Rader.
Well, Andino really had to fight the sun on that ball drifting toward the foul line. He made a really nice play and then got the ball in quickly to the home plate as Baker bluffed halfway down the line just to draw the throw.
This one on the first pitch swung out to the gap in right field, and it's caught. That will end the inning, but we are tied, headed to the top of the second after Hartman sends it out to right center field. Back in a moment on the Roncalli Media Network.
Score big for Roncalli every time you swipe with Indiana Members Credit Union. When you use your IMCU Royals debit card for everyday purchases, you're helping fund Roncalli High School athletics with every signature-based transaction. Get your Roncalli Royals debit card free with your free IMCU checking account. Stop by your Southside branch at 5047 Madison Avenue or any IMCU branch near you, or sign up online at imcu.com. Swipe, support, repeat. Go Royals!
When you need the job done right, trust Indiana Electrical Services, your IBEW 481 union contractor. Proud sponsor of Roncalli Athletics, we're here to handle all your electrical needs, big or small. Jeff Russell, class of 99, and David Moran, class of 94, are proud to serve the community they love. And of course, we're cheering on the Royals every step of the way. Indiana Electrical Services, powering your home, your business, and your school spirit.
Welcome back, LaPinta Field, Roncalli High School. Royals tie it up after giving up 2 in the top of the first. We're back even after a full inning of play, and back out to the mound for Roncalli will be Gavin McGee after he pitched that first inning, and pitched pretty well aside from the one that went over the fence. And of course it counts as the 2-run bomb, but I was impressed with his command early on. What'd you think?
Did come back and get the next 2 batters after the home run, so a nice regroup by the sophomore. I'm enjoying the Madonna there in between innings. That was that was a song from my my high school days that they dusted off there.
Derek Douglas, the designated hitter, into that right-handed batter's box. Big swing on the first pitch.
Both teams got their 2 runs in the first on just 1 hit. Royals were aided via an error to get the second run.
The righty McGee set to deliver. This one a little blooper to left field, making chase and making the catch. Well done from Merkel, and now we've gotten out.
Merkel got a late jump on that, broke back on the ball initially, but then came in, made the play. The sound of the ball coming off the bat, I thought it was going to travel further than it actually did.
Yeah, definitely. One kudos to Merkel for spotting it. You said took him a moment to read. This one a little dribbler to the second baseman. Baker with the throw. It is in time. And if you're McGee, you got to love this. Your fielder's helping you with the low pitch count. That was Quentin Gilden now over to the dugout.
Yeah, you love those first pitch at bats.
DJ Mitchell into the batter's box. Unless, of course, that is Jace Allen, because you see Mitchell listed.
They've got him flipped. I don't know what the lineup card says.
Lineup card says 19 Mitchell and then 12 Allen, but right now 12 is in the box, so either they messed up the numbers or they messed up who's where.
Yeah, I'm surprised if they are indeed batting out of order. Nobody in the Roncalli dugout has said anything.
Very well could just be the wrong number written out, too. Big swing here. Boy, McGee feeling it up on the mound. Trying to get a little chase. This one a little low. Big swing here, and it's strikeout number 1 for McGee. That'll finish up the top of the second. Back in a moment. Royals bats out next on the Roncalli Media Network.
When it comes to physical therapy, you have the freedom to choose your provider. At Indiana Physical Therapy, our experienced therapists will work with you to create a personalized treatment plan tailored to your needs. Whether you're recovering from injury, managing a chronic condition, or looking to improve your sports performance, we've got you covered. Take control of your health and schedule your appointment today at indianapt.com or call us at 317-449-2333.
Since 1947, Indianapolis Fruit has been delivering the freshest fruits, vegetables, and flowers to Midwestern retailers, bringing quality and trust to every produce aisle. With over 170 refrigerated trucks, a premium supply chain, and more than 3,000 SKUs, including organic, ethnic, artisan, and gourmet grab-and-go options. We provide a full-service experience from farm to market. Indianapolis Fruit. Produce a fresh experience.
Back here on the Roncalli Media Network with Rob Brown, I'm Nathaniel Finch. Royals retire Ben Davis in order in the top of the second. Now the bats get to come out and play and look to take an early lead. Did a nice job, the offense did, digging out of that early 2-0 hole. And now it's like we're starting anew. Carrington Pitts, Sam Kreiner, and Ryan Merkel. The 3 to lead off here at the bottom of the lineup card. Then we'll switch it back up to the top. One of those guys gets on.
Well, the Royals were able to work Anderson deep into counts. In that first inning.
Artizone with the leadoff hit, to your point, came around and scored. Staley was walked. Baker hit by a pitch. And the other 3 outs, it did take a couple of pitches each time to put him out, so it drove his count up.
Yeah, it was a 23-pitch inning for Anderson and just 11 strikes. So obviously having trouble locating the zone in the first inning. We'll see if the Royals are patient, making Anderson find that zone.
And with Artizone, with his laying down the bunt to start things off to get on base, it seemed like he was really in Anderson's head at times, too. He had 3 pickoff attempts in that inning, kept extra long looks over to Artizone and then later Staley.
Yeah, the Royals stole 3 bases in the first inning and really able to run on Anderson and the catcher Grimes.
Here's Pitts high up out of the zone, leaves it. And you think for Anderson, after that first inning, sends a nice pitch here, healthy swing, nothing there. You can take a breath and look around and say, okay, well, the bases are empty again. I can just focus on playing pitch and catch and start anew. Tie ball game. Sure, you lost the 2-run lead. As he puts one right on the back of Pitts. To first base goes Carrington Pitts.
That's the second batter that Anderson has hit after hitting Baker in the first.
And everything I said just went to the trash.
It did.
Now you got a runner on to lead things off. And, well, it probably doesn't feel good when you hit the batter, too, and you wonder a little bit more about your own command. Sam Kreiner, the designated hitter, into the box. Inside the pitch.
You don't see a lot of catchers who are running threats, but Pitts was a courtesy runner primarily last year, so he's comfortable on the bases.
Well, as a star football player, that doesn't surprise me.
Already has 2 steals this year.
Anderson deals. Here's the throw over to second. Sliding and in time, another stolen base. It's a team that loves to do that, and now 4, and well, you called it, Rob. Not often the catcher does that, but he's in time.
Royals had a catcher on that 2016 state championship team named Brian Keeney, who ended up playing at University of Indianapolis. Similar build, was a great runner as a catcher.
It's always a big threat, especially late in games when you need guys to run around. And our third batter.
Yeah, I got him right in the tailbone.
Hit by pitch. Kreiner over to first. When you don't have to worry late in games about pulling your catcher just to get a courtesy runner in there.
Right.
Because then that really messes with the rest of the game, so it's always a huge advantage. As much as you like your catchers to be mashers, that can be a big advantage when they can run like that. Ryan Merkel, bottom of the lineup card, looks to get to Gio Artizone here in a moment. Kreiner a healthy lead. And you could tell Anderson wanting to keep him in check. Merkel looks over to second. Left his barrel out there too long. It's a strike.
Well, that's just 2 at-bats for Merkel so far this season. These are the first at-bats since the season opener. Tony Vittorio changing the lineup a little bit from last night. Merkel getting a chance to start in left tonight.
Nobody out in 2-1. He'll show his barrel again this high up over his head. Yeah, and this early in the season, you're still trying to figure out what works best, where guys hit the best combination of lineups. There's nothing wrong with switching some things up here. Almost be silly if you didn't. Ryan Merkel playing in left field. Here's another bunt attempt. Lays it down, running up to make the play. Anderson the throw to first. It does its job, though. He's out at 1, but your 2 runners now in scoring position. Pitts at third, Kreiner at second, and the lineup flips to the top with Gio Artizone.
Yeah, so now you've given basically your 1 and 2 hitters a chance to drive 2 runners in here with just 1 out in the inning. Activity down in the Ben Davis bullpen. Evan Escher, the sophomore right-hander, throwing in the right field corner.
Artizone watches the first leave the zone. His first time up, had that single, came around to score. And right after him, it was Callan Staley who tied up the game. So far, he owns the only Royal hit. Big hack, sent over. Andino making the throw. Runner scores. Royals take the lead.
Artizone gets the job done with the RBI ground out. Kreiner heads over to third.
Always love to get hits. But obviously the number 1 goal here is to score runs, and he did just that. As Callan Staley now walked in the first inning, came around to score, good base running, stole a base. First one down the middle, nice pitch from Anderson. He'll look to do it again, and he does. Swing and a miss.
Couple off-speed pitches to start the at-bat. And rare time that Anderson's been ahead in the count.
2 outs with Kreiner on third. Wild pitch. This could score. It will. Standing up and crossing the plate is Sam Kreiner. 4-2 Royals.
Well, that's got to be extremely frustrating for Anderson, who was ahead in the count with 2 really nice off-speed pitches, and then put one in the dirt, and that allows the run to come home with 2 outs.
Looking for his first strikeout today. Here's the offering. Oh, framed close, but just above the zone.
That was very close.
The umpire not wanting to throw Mr. Anderson a bone. I'll have to work for it. 2-2 count, 2 outs, and now nobody on. This one popped up high in the air, making chase into the sun. It's down! Out of the glove of the second baseman, Andino.
Well, that was a difficult play.
Wasn't it?
I'm a bit surprised that the Andino did not let DJ Mitchell call him off. That's an easier play for the right fielder coming in than the second baseman going out, and we'll see how that ball hit by Staley gets scored. That's going to be scored a double.
Well, how about that? Staley appreciates it.
First extra base hit for the Royals.
First one this week, right?
Yeah. Yeah, none last night.
Colin Ash steps into the batter's box. Watches ball 1.
Royals had 18 extra base hits through the first 4 games, but none last night, and just 4 hits total in that 5-4 loss at Columbus North.
That's one they probably felt got away.
Yes, for sure.
Ash, 2 outs. Staley stands on second after his double. Pops this one high up into the air. It'll be just past the infield mark, and making the catch is Mitchell. That's how we end the inning. But the damage done. Royals put up a 2 spot. We head to the top of the third next. The Roncalli Media Network.
Kids' abilities. We believe in one simple truth. No limits, only possibilities. Our dedicated team offers pediatric occupational, speech, and feeding therapy focused on sensory regulation, building intrinsic motivation, and making meaningful connections for children from birth to 21. We go beyond therapy. We support families, celebrate achievements, and unlock each child's fullest potential. Kids' Abilities, where possibilities become realities. Visit kidsabilitiesindiana.com.
Whether you're heading out of town or just need trusted care for your pets, look no further than the Kennel at Arbor Lane. With spacious indoor and outdoor accommodations, a caring staff, and a commitment to treating every dog like family, the Kennel at Arbor Lane is where pets feel right at home. From short stays to extended boarding, your 4-legged friends will be safe, happy, and loved. Give yourself peace of mind and your pets the care they deserve. The Kennel at Arbor Lane, a proud supporter of Roncalli Athletics. Visit thekennelatarborlane.com.
Rob Brown, Nathaniel Finch back with you at La Pinta Field on the campus of Roncalli High School. Royals lead this one 4-2 over Ben Davis as we head to inning number 3. 2 inning totals. Royals 4 runs, 2 hits, no errors and 2 left. Ben Davis 2 runs, 1 hit, an error, and no one left. Giants will send 9-1-2 up to the plate here in this top of the third. We had a bit of a lineup discrepancy at the bottom of the order. We think this is DJ Mitchell, number 19, the right fielder, even though Mitchell was in the 8th spot on the lineup card that was handed in. And Mitchell lifts this one foul back into the screen.
A bit of an issue here, too, is that their numbers are wrong on the roster as well. So we've got the scorecard shows different, and the rosters have a completely different number. And, you know,
that's a synonym for the broadcaster's worst nightmare.
Exactly.
When you have no idea who is involved in the proceedings. Pitch away, a ball. Nipped back to the screen. McGee gave up a 2-run home run in the first, but then retired the Giants in order. He's retired 5 straight as McGee since the 1-out home run by Tyler Morris in the first.
And how about that second inning, too? Did it on a short pitch count.
Yes. Yeah, less than 10. That's nipped foul. But there's a play at the plate, or a play at first base, rather. And
did he not nip it? Maybe
yeah,
it was
Mitchell's
just a drop
aboard.
third strike.
Yeah, it was a drop third strike. Indeed it was. I thought Mitchell got a bat on it.
Yeah, it was a weird bounce, too. The way it rolled, it looked like it did.
So it's a strikeout. And Mitchell is aboard via the drop third strike, or the wild pitch is how it's scored. So a K and a wild pitch. Has Mitchell aboard at first. Just the third base runner for Ben Davis. And the top of the order, Rasul Flanagan, who walked, stole second, and scored on Tyler Morris's home run in the first. Pitch away.
Well, for McGee, it's not going to feel like it, but that's now his second strikeout in a row. He's really improved these last handful of batters after giving up that 2-run jack. We talked about it early in the game, definitely early in the season, only his second appearance. You're going to have moments like that, and if you just have that short memory, you can have a really nice bounce back, and he has so far.
Swing and a miss as Mitch Flanagan chased one away. Yeah, and you look at the quote-unquote starting rotation for the Royals. Obviously, Ash is the number one, already started 2 games. But there's kind of a battle for that second spot between McGee, the sophomore Dane Burton, and Joey Ortman, the Greenwood transfer, who was stellar for Greenwood last year as a sophomore. Because, you're going to need all 4 of those guys during the season. But once you get to the postseason, most teams play with 2 starters, and everyone else is a utility pitcher. That pitch is in the dirt, and Flanagan draws his second walk of the game. So first 2 runners aboard for Ben Davis in the top of the third. That brings Zab Andino to the plate. Andino 0 for 1, grounded out to the third baseman, Staley, his first time up. 4-2 the score. Royals on top. Top of the third, nobody out. McGee, a long look at second. Andino squares, lays it down right back to the mound. McGee will go to first. Almost threw it away. Baker got a foot on the bag. Oh, boy, that was close. That was a little too nonchalant. But Andino gets the job done, moving the runners over to second and third.
I think that aided the Royals that there wasn't an umpire right there next to that bag, standing in between second and third.
I think you're spot on with that. Here's Morris, who homered in the first. 2-run homer, his first of the season. Swing and a miss out front.
Boy, there's been a lot of those big swings and misses on these McGee pitches. He's got to be feeling pretty confident right now, despite the fact that he's got 2 guys aboard.
Yeah, 22 pitches, or 36 pitches, 22 strikes. So McGee has been in the zone. Gets Morris to chase one, tailing away there, and he's ahead in the count as McGee 0-2. Cleanup hitter Avery Mitchell waits on deck. Morris chases one. Throw to first base, and the delayed steal. Ben Davis with some heads-up base running gets a run back. As hustling home from third is Mitchell. So Morris is retired on the strikeout, 1-3. But Mitchell able to come home and make it 4-3 with 2 outs, and Flanagan advances to third.
Just looked like the Royals didn't realize that he was going to be coming home. It was kind of a nonchalant throw over to first. And then all of a sudden, Hartman realized, oh, shoot, I got to get this thing back over to home plate.
So here's Mitchell, who's ahead in the count 2-0. 4-3 the score. Two outs in the inning. Mitchell handcuffed on that one.
Yeah, you could feel he wasn't too happy with himself. After that swing, realized what he had done. Probably could have left that alone.
Outside corner catches it. And the count evens 2-2. Tying run down at third. 4-3 the score. Roncalli on top, bottom of the third inning. Swing and a miss on a pitch down. McGee strikes out 3 in the inning. But Ben Davis gets one back. A run, no hits. No errors and 1 left. We're through 2.5. Roncalli up 4-3. Back with the bottom after this on the Roncalli Media Network.
Providing comfort for families in their time of need is the main concern of the staff at Lauk Veldoff Funeral Home. We are a small family-owned firm and take great pride in the personal service we offer and the family-like atmosphere at our facility. At Lauk Veldoff, we only serve one family at a time, providing compassionate care and affordable options, truly part of your community. Lauk and Veldoff Funeral and Cremation Services. Call 317-636-6655.
When it comes to coin laundry, Laundry and Tan Connection stands out as Indiana and Kentucky's biggest and best. With cleaner, more spacious and user-friendly facilities, they lead the way in laundry services. But that's not all. They're also the area's premier tanning salon, offering top-notch tanning facilities at competitive prices and the best hours around. Discover why Laundry and Tan Connection is the top choice for both laundry and tanning by visiting laundryandtan.com today.
Here we go. 4-3 the score. Roncalli leading Ben Davis as the Royals come to the plate in the bottom of the third. Rob Brown alongside Nathaniel Finch tonight. Glad you're spending part of your Tuesday night with us. Royals will send 4, 5, 6 to the plate. Luke Baker, Luke Rader, and Aiden Hartman in this bottom of the third.
As always, your game ball provider. Brought to you by Skip Cheeseman Dental Services. Smile with confidence for all your dental needs. You can call Dr. Cheeseman at Skip Cheeseman DDS in Plainfield online. Or give him a call. You can visit online, cheesemandds.com.
Baker hit by a pitch in his first at bat. Comes in hitting .429 on the year. Homered against Lutheran last week. Tied for the team lead last year with 4 home runs, including a massive blast in the Royals sectional extra inning win over Shelbyville that landed in the trees at New Powell. I think that ball is still traveling. I'm not sure it's landed yet. First pitch out and away, a ball. That pitch catches the bottom of the zone to even the count 1-1. Not only do we aim to inform and educate with baseball, we also like to throw some knowledge out.
Okay.
Nathaniel. We have all sorts of knowledge.
You got to speak for yourself here, talking about knowledge.
Oh, we got all sorts of stuff here. So I've got April 7 all-time movie releases. You ready for these?
Okay.
Couple baseball gems were released on this day. 1989, April 7th, 1989. I was a freshman in college, and I remember watching this movie in the theaters. Major League.
There we go.
One of the great baseball movies of all time. Fouled off the end of the bat. Count evens 2-2. I'm assuming you've seen that.
I have, yes.
Okay. I saw that movie at the theater in Oxford, Ohio, as I was a student at Miami University. And if you know anything about Miami, about 40% of the student population is from the greater Cleveland area. There's the 2-2. Off-speed pitch, lifted high in the air to center field. Drifting over to get it as Allen took his time to come get it, but hold it in, out number 1.
Thought for a second that one was going to drop. Did a good job kind of to catch up to it, but
late jump on that.
Yeah.
So you watch the movie Major League in a theater with a bunch of 18 to 22-year-olds who are from the greater Cleveland area. They actually thought that the Indians actually won the division in the movie. They had to be reminded it was just a movie, but the place exploded at the end of the movie. If you've seen it, Indians win the division in the waning moments of the movie.
What happened to no spoilers?
Yeah, exactly. Lifted in the air to right field, fighting the sun and making the one-handed grab is DJ Mitchell, 2 away.
We've proven today that those, especially in the sun right now, they're not gimmies. You got to really work for them. Already had one dropped kind of in that area too, so you always hold your breath, even though it seems routine. With the way that the sun is right now and still early in the season, they're not always routine. I mean, shoot, the Royals struggled with that yesterday as well.
Yeah, this right field is, this time of year is brutal. In that 6, 7 o'clock hour. Here's Hartman, 8-0 for 1. Sandlot released on this day in 1993. That's in your wheelhouse, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. Still 8 years before I was born, but yes.
Yes.
I'm worried that's one that's going to get
Smalls
lost.
Keeps popping up in my TikTok feed for some reason.
I'm worried that the Sandlot's one that's going to get lost. That
I think you're right.
The next generation's not going to be able to appreciate.
That ball's ripped into the gap, and it'll split the outfielders and roll to the fence. Hartman racing into second base with the stand-up double, his 4th of the season. And the 2-out double give the Royals a chance here to get a run as Carrington Pitts heads to the plate.
You called it. He ripped it over there. That was one heck of a smash over to that left field gap. That was impressive. You think that if there was a little bit of wind to his back, that would have had an even better chance. He smacked that one.
Yeah, Anderson hung that breaking ball over the plate, and Hartman did a good job staying back on it. Here's Pitts, hit by a pitch. Eventually came around to score his first time up. The original King Kong was released on this date. You ever see that from 1933? It's a classic. Obviously black and white.
I have not seen that. I have seen clips.
And Pitts is hit for the second time. That one got him right in the back.
He's going to need some icy hot when he gets back to the dugout.
That's the 4th batter that Anderson has hit. And that'll send a courtesy runner out. That's Max Kreiner, the older brother of Sam Kreiner. Max, the senior, running for Pitts here in the bottom of the 3rd. Of course, Pitts can re-enter the game with the courtesy runner. So Sam Kreiner at the plate, Max Kreiner running at first. Sam, a freshman, getting the DH start. Now back to the screen. So King Kong, we talked about that. Bad Boys, 1995. That's a movie where if it's a Saturday afternoon and Bad Boys is on TNT,
you got to watch it. It's the rule.
I'll drift by and watch. I'll drift by and watch it for 45 minutes, an hour or so. 1995, April 7th. Bad Boys hit the theaters.
That's one that never gets old.
No. That one hit the knees, and Kreiner behind in the count 0-2. Four, 3 the score. Royals on top. Bottom of the 3rd. 2 on, 2 outs. Comes the 0-2 to Kreiner. Chopped to 3rd. Handcuffed is the 3rd baseman. Delayed throw to 1st, and Kreiner beats it out. Indecision by Cope at 3rd. I think initially he wanted to go to the bag for the force, but couldn't get the handle. And by the time he did, the runner was already by him, so the only play was at 1st, and That's, I think, going to be scored an infield hit, I would guess.
And plus, when he saw Hartman in front of him, he thought, okay, I can. Maybe at first he was just going to do the routine play over. I mean, there's 2 outs, just throw it over to first base. But he saw he had a chance right there just to make it easy, and then realized it wasn't as easy as maybe he initially thought.
So that is scored an infield hit. Second hit of the inning. 4th hit in the game for the Royals. So they're loaded for the number 9 hitter, Ryan Merkel. Merkel with a sacrifice bunt his first time up. Takes a pitch up. Also on this day, 1995, the movie Rob Roy was. You ever see Rob Roy? You ever see that movie? I've not seen it either. It's a period piece about the Scottish-English conflict in the 18th century. Swing and a miss.
So that was 93?
95.
95.
Liam Neeson.
Okay.
I think I need to watch that. I'm going to.
Well, it's got your name in it.
Well, it does. My wife and I are going to Scotland in October.
There we go.
So I think I need to watch that and get a feel for the Scottish Highlands. That ball is hit hard to third. Deep in the hole, the shortstop backhands it. There'll be no play. Nice job by Mitchell to knock it down and keep it in the infield, but that ball hit by Merkel into no man's land in the deep hole at short. That's enough to bring the runner home from third on the infield hit, and the Royals lead by 2 again at 5-3.
And 2 swings, we've doubled the hit count for the Royals back-to-back batters. And now the ever-dangerous Gino Artizone comes up. This is a nice little 2-out rally. The first 2 batters retired, and now 4 straight have reached.
Yeah, good point. 5-3 the score. Artizone first pitch swinging, lifts it off the end of the bat and foul down the right side.
And you know what? This is a critical stretch with Anderson. His pitch count is getting up there. You've seen him hit a couple of batters. You're only maybe 1 or 2 at-bats away from heading back to the dugout. Kudos to the Royals for trying to get to him. Despite those 2 early outs, they stuck with it, putting together a nice rally, and you might not see him in the game for a ton longer.
Pitch nub foul toward the Royal dugout. That was pitch number 60, to your point. Rare is it that you see high school pitchers go much past 80 these days.
Shoot, it's rare that you see major league guys go too far past 80.
At this point, yeah. This point in the season, you're absolutely right. Artizone jam, just able to fight it off the handle. Stay alive. Still down in the count 0-2, however. Gio with a bunt single in the first scored. Grounder in the second drove in a run. 5-3 the score. Royals on top. Here comes the 0-2. Off-speed pitch missed in.
Try to get it to kind of graze that top corner. It almost had enough movement. His last couple of pitches have had some nice breaks, but just not enough there.
Anderson has relied on the breaking ball heavily in this inning. Artizone lifts it over the shortstop's head into left field, a base hit. 1 run in. Here comes another one. Sam Kreiner right behind his older brother, Max. It's a 2-out single by Artizone, and the Royals lead at 7-3. And you alluded to it, Nathaniel, the fact that the bottom of the Royals' order was able to get a rally going, allowed the order to flip over and bring the heavy hitters, Artizone, followed by Staley and Ash on deck potentially.
And all this with, those 2 outs. It really looked like Anderson had regained command. And since then, it's been all Royals.
Staley 0 for 1, walked and scored in the first, doubled in the second. Ball in the dirt, nice block by Gilden.
How about the 3 RBIs already for Artizone?
Not bad.
2 hits, 3 RBIs, scored a run. It's a nice stat line for an entire game. We're only 3 innings in.
Staley taking all the way, and that strike drops in. 1-1 the count. Ryan Merkel at second, Gio Artizone at first. 3 runs in the inning for the Royals, who lead 7-3. Pitch low.
And Staley, no stranger to these 2-out rallies. At 2 outs when he hit his stand-up double last inning. Little aid from the sun, but it counts the same.
Outside pitch missed. Anderson again took something off. Staley ahead in the count, 3-1. That ball hit hard and over the shortstop's head into left field, a base hit. Here comes Merkel around to score. Artizone digging for third. The throw comes to third. And Staley will advance another base behind the throw. It's 8-3 Royals. 4 runs have come home with 2 out here in the inning. Here's Ash, the 9th man to bat. And got a mound visit coming.
Gives us a good time to talk about our Kids Abilities key player right here. And it's with Ash, who is having a nice start to the season, of course. The star football quarterback brought him all the way to the championship game, and now he's looking to have a good year on the baseball diamond. A key player, as always, but even more so when I had planned out this man as being our key player. I didn't know that it'd be such a rally in front of him, and with a guy in scoring position, this is a key moment in the game as well, as Anderson with the mound visit. We talked about the early bullpen action, but this will be another good chance for Ash to come up and get his first hit of the game.
Yeah, Royals have him at the corners. 4 runs in the inning. And I think certainly, Nathaniel, if we knew going in late in the 3rd inning the Royals would have 8 on the board, given how Ash has hit the ball early in the season, you would say, okay, how many hits does Ash have? And so far, none. He's 0 for 2. Came in batting .611 on the year, 11 out of 18, but 0 for 2 so far today. Does have an RBI ground out in the first.
Your key player brought to you by Kids Abilities, pediatric occupational speech and feeding therapy for children from birth to 21. KidsAbilitiesIndiana.com.
2 outs in the inning, 2 on. That pitch goes to the backstop. And a throw. Artizone came in standing. There was a play at the plate.
How about the confidence there of Artizone?
Oh, my.
I don't need to get down.
That was close. Gilden did a great job hustling back to the screen, and there was a play. Artizone was tagged an eyelash after stepping on the plate, came in standing. Scores on the wild pitch. Ash knuckles a 1-hopper to Andino at second. Throw over, and Ash is done in time. But the Royals send 9 to the plate, get 5 across. On 5 hits, a runner left, no errors by the Giants. We're through 3. 9-3 the score. Royals on top. Back in a moment.
Marian University wants to know, what are you made of? At Marian University, our students are made of character and faith. Our students are service-minded and want to make a difference in the world. Our students possess the skills and intellect required of leaders. Come to Marian University, Indy's premier Catholic university, and let us help you find out what you're made of. You can apply for free today at marian.edu.
Since 1988, McGee & Company Fine Jewelers has been Greenwood's trusted, family-owned jeweler, helping you celebrate life's most memorable moments. From bridal sales and insurance appraisals to custom designs and expert repairs, we're a full-service jewelry store. And if you don't see exactly what you're dreaming of, our award-winning designers will create it just for you. McGee & Company Fine Jewelers, built on service, dedicated to quality. Visit us at 880 U.S. Highway 31 North in Greenwood, just across from the Greenwood Park Mall, or online at McGeeJewelers.com.
We go to the 4th. Marian University scoreboard reads Roncalli 9, Ben Davis 3. Ben Davis batting the top of the 4 will send 5, 6, 7 to the plate. Leland Cope, Derek Douglas, and Quentin Gilden. Rob Brown alongside Nathaniel Finch. Happy you're with us on this Tuesday night. Full schedule, all 4 Circle City Conference teams in action tonight. For Buff Jesuits at Cathedral, Braves still looking for their first win. Bishop Chatard got its first win last night, shut out Cecina 7-0. The Trojans 1-2 are on the road at Covenant Christian, and Guerin Catholic off to a 4-0 start, ranked in the top 5 in 3A in most every poll you can find. Golden Eagles getting a lot of press early, and they're off to a 4-0 start hosting Avon tonight. Here's Cope, the third baseman, 0 for 1. Popped out to Artizone at short.
It's been the last couple months that we can talk about scores and
Circle
standings
City
from around the
Conference
Circle
things.
City.
Yeah, that talk about something that's in flux. McGee, 44 pitches through 4 innings, or 3 innings rather. Cope just got a piece of that one.
When it looked like the Royals were headed for that Hoosier Heritage Conference, kind of at the last second, rug pulled out. And back to how they played a good chunk of the history as an independent.
That pitch bounced to the backstop. McGee still ahead in the count, 1-2. Swing and a miss. Cope out front. And McGee has now struck out 3 straight, going back to the 3rd inning. That's strikeout number 5 in the game for McGee.
5 out of the last 7 batters, even more so. He has really found his command here of late. We talked about those 7 Ks he had in his last time out in just 4 innings. He's proven to be a guy now new to the roster that can put up some high K numbers.
Derek Douglas, the DH. Hits from the right side, 0 for 1. Flew out to Merkel and left his first time up.
An impressive too, Rob. They're all swinging Ks. These are nice pitches that guys just can't reach.
There's a hopper that goes over the third baseman's glove. Artizone backing him up will throw out the runner. That's a nice play by Artizone to back up Staley, who charged the ball in the infield grass. The ball hopped over Staley's glove, but Artizone was there to put it away.
And is Tony Vittorio going to show that one on film every practice? Hey, this is why we tell you got to back guys up. If you're in right field, back up the first baseman. If you're in left field, run up and back up the shortstop.
Great point. 2 outs in the inning.
That's got to be a hard play to make, too. You've got Staley in front of you blocking where the ball is, and he still makes the, he was 7 or 8 feet behind where his third baseman was standing and was able to track it down and make the throw in time.
Right at the back of the dirt. A pitch outside of ball, 2-0. Zab Andino, the second baseman for Ben Davis, getting loose in the bullpen down in the right field corner. We'll see if Anderson comes out to pitch the bottom of the 4th.
Be surprised if he does with that high pitch count and, with giving up 5 runs that third inning.
71 pitches through 3 innings. 9 runs allowed, but only 3 earned. That pitch down, and it's 3-1. McGee trying to retire Ben Davis in order for just the second time tonight. That pitch taken on the outside corner.
Oh, he thought he had a free trip to first.
Yeah, Gilden was a couple steps toward first, but he'll come back with the count full. And that pitch just misses low, and McGee issues the 2-out walk. Third walk allowed by McGee.
Well, it breaks a streak of 5 straight put down by Mr. McGee. So you got a man aboard and for free, but you got to feel still pretty decent about where you're sitting.
Yeah, here's Mitchell.
Well, we detailed the last couple of innings, the little clerical error at the bottom of the lineup card that well, a guy like you and I might take offense to, but nobody else in the stadium seems to mind that they've just switched back to how they're supposed to be.
Yep. Mitchell was listed on the card as the 8 hitter. He hit 9th the first time through. He and Allen swapped places, but now Mitchell hitting 8th here.
Isaiah Davis, the head coach of Ben Davis, down there thinking nobody noticed. We noticed.
We did. Just for the record.
Of course, Davis, an All-Mic player at this school years ago in his second year as the manager. Also played at Vincennes and then took a trip to the National Championship. The NAIA World Series was the runner-ups there with Central Methodist.
I had to look up where that was. Did you know where that was, Central Methodist? Don't crawfish me now, be honest.
Is that in Illinois?
It is in Missouri.
In Missouri.
I had to look it up. Fayette, Missouri, to be specific.
Okay.
And pitch misses away, and the count evens 2-2.
Now you got me curious. I can be a nerd and look up what part of Missouri.
Where Fayette, Missouri is?
Yeah.
I don't know where Fayette, Missouri is. Runner goes. Pitts can't find the handle on the pitch. And it's a stolen base for the catcher, Gilden.
Was a proud UIndy Greyhound. Spent a lot of time road trips out to Missouri in the Great Lakes Valley Conference.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if I've driven past Central Methodist.
You made that trip west more than a few times.
Part of the reason I've never been back since I graduated a few years ago.
Full count to Mitchell. Royals leading 9-3, top of the 4th.
You know what, Rob? If you want to know how much I like spending time with you.
Outside corner taken for strike 3.
Hold that thought.
I want to hear the rest of that when we come back. But the Royals get the Giants down. One runner reached via a walk. One left. No hits, no errors, no runs. We're through 3.5. 9-3 the score. Roncalli on top. Back in a moment on the Roncalli Media Network.
Family owned and operated since 1971, O'Reilly Branson Funeral Service and Crematory has been dedicated to serving families with the utmost dignity and compassion. The staff at O'Reilly Branson are experts in pre-planning, cremation, and at-need funeral arrangements, and have a long history of supporting your Roncalli Royals. Your wishes are honored to the finest detail, allowing you to celebrate the life and cherished memories of your loved ones. For more information, visit O'ReillyBranson.com. O'Reilly Branson, where our Catholic family serves your Catholic family.
At Peterman, we are raising the bar for home service.
We host classes nearly every working day,
with thousands of hours of training invested in our field professionals each year.
So you know when Peterman shows up, you're about to receive expert care.
Homeownership is already stressful enough.
So when it comes to peace of mind for your home,
trust Peterman to get it done.
And for a limited time, get a free furnace from us.
Visit PetermanHVAC.com for details and to schedule.
Rob Brown, Nathaniel Finch back with you as we do a little house cleaning here with the Ben Davis lineup as a new pitcher is on. New to the mound, but not new to the game. Zab Andino, who began the game at second base, becomes the second Ben Davis pitcher of the evening. Andino, the sophomore right-hander. So the defensive adjustments, DJ Mitchell goes from right field to second base, and the pitcher, Johnny Anderson, is now in right field. So now that the house cleaning is taken care of, and we know who is where for Ben Davis defensively, we can tell you that the Royals have 4, 5, and 6 due up here in the 4th. Baker, Rader, and Hartman as Roncalli batted around in the 3rd. Sent 9 to the plate and plated 5. Royals with 6 hits in the game, which leads me to believe there was a scoring change in that 3rd inning. We'll see if we can get a handle on that. So we have the scoring change. Sam Kreiner's infield hit was changed to an error on the third baseman. So the Royals had 4 hits in the third inning, not 5. Kreiner's infield hit. That was the play where Cope picked it up and waited to see if he was going to step on the bag, couldn't get the handle.
That means Anderson, with 3 full innings of work, gave up 6 hits, 9 runs. How many of those earned?
Just 3. Yeah, just 3. So we can close the books on the starter, Anderson. Baker lifts this one foul down the right side.
I always find that interesting, earned runs versus non.
Yes.
It sounds like it's better for the pitcher that there's less earned runs, but really it's his fault that they're in and around.
That ball slow roller to first and an easy step on the bag for Morris, 1 away.
You've been dying to hear this, Rob.
Oh, yeah, lay that on me.
All the trips I took to Missouri, haven't been back since after college. It's a 7-hour drive over and over. I'll do that to you. But I was thinking about going to St. Louis tonight. I'm a big Avalanche fan in hockey. They're playing the Blues tonight.
Oh, there you go.
I was going to make the trip, and I told my buddies, no, can't do it. I'm going to be hanging out with Rob Brown tonight. Where better to be?
Well, I appreciate that. That's a good team to be rooting for. That's a solid ball club. Hit off the end of the bat into right field. Fighting the sun is Anderson and makes the play. That's a tough first play for Anderson just into the game in right field. And he hauls it in for out number 2.
Yeah, you've been comfortable up there on the mound. Well, how about you do what we've been doing out here?
Yeah. Throw on the sunglasses and try and make that play.
Mitchell says, how does that feel? Andino, too, who dropped one running backwards into right field. He says, now you know what we've been going through.
Here's Hartman. 1 for 2, doubled and scored in the third. Yeah, the Avalanche are about as good as it gets.
Well, they're the Cup favorites. It doesn't mean a ton in hockey because of the way the playoffs are set up and just you play these long series. But, yeah, to your point, they are who everybody has picked to be the best team. I'm from Denver, so I'm allowed to. It's not bandwagoning.
I'm with you. So my wife, my daughter, who has since moved out, but my wife and my daughter are in an NHL fantasy league.
Okay.
That ball is chopped to third. Cope, a long throw, and it goes over the head of the first baseman. That'll allow Hartman to head to second. Guess that's going to be an infield hit and an error on the throw to allow Hartman to go to second. We'll wait for the official scoring, but that's going to be my gut on that.
Who's there to keep the official score in check? What if their judgment's different than the consensus?
Oh, I trust Coach Hudspeth, who's down there handling the scorebook. I trust him implicitly. So Hartman's at second. Here's Pitts, who has been hit twice and scored twice.
How about Hartman with 2 consecutive innings of 2-out hits?
Yeah.
And he's been on second now both times.
So I was going to say my wife and my daughter are in an NHL fantasy league. They won last year. They finished third this year. Scored a 2-base error, allowing Hartman to go to second. But because they are in this fantasy league, we have the center ice package. So my house, there's 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 hockey games a night on, watching parts of. It's like I live in an Edmonton sports bar from October to April. That pitch away, 3-0 the count. But my wife and I have adopted the Canadians as our squad. We went to a game in Montreal last year. It was unbelievable, an unbelievable environment. Pitch at the knees, taking a strike.
I work closely with JMV at the radio station, and he's in the same boat. His son, for whatever reason, he's probably a couple years younger than me, just said, I'm going to be a Canadians fan now. And so now that's what's on in the household every night. Recliner pulled up.
Yep.
3 feet from the TV watching the Canadians play.
Yep. His son, who graduated from high school here.
That's right.
Yeah, so we went to, I would recommend anybody who's a hockey fan go see a game in Montreal. It is an unbelievable experience. It was like it was Game 7, and it was a regular season game on a Saturday in October against the Blues. Full count to Pitts, runner at second, 2 outs. Ooh, that off-speed pitch dropped in. Just missed the corner. And Pitts is aboard for the third time. Yet to have an official at bat with being hit twice and a walk. And here comes Max Kreiner again to courtesy run for Pitts, as he did in the third inning.
Very successfully, you might add.
Yep. Came home to score.
And to your point, I think it's pretty unique about the National Hockey League. There's a lot of arenas around the two countries that play the sport that feels like a Game 7 of the finals every single game.
That pitch gets away from the catcher, Gilden, and the runners will advance.
I went and saw a game in Columbus last year against the Oilers.
Okay.
And Columbus, at the time, pretty far out of the playoff picture. It was around this time of the year. Kind of knew that there's not a ton to play for, but you couldn't tell. Somebody tell that to the fans there. It was full, and it was a celebration.
That ball lined right at the shortstop, Mitchell, who makes the play to end the inning. So the Royals, for the first time tonight, do not get a run across the plate in an inning. 2 stranded, no runs, no hits. 2 left and an error on Ben Davis. We're through 4. Roncalli leads 9-3 on the Roncalli Media Network.
Do you know 80% of Americans don't floss daily, risking gum disease, bad breath, and even tooth loss? At Skip Cheeseman DDS, we believe your dental health is worth protecting, from routine cleanings and wisdom tooth removal to implants and IV sedation. Dr. Cheeseman and his caring team combine experience with comfort, so you can smile with confidence. Call 317-839-2088 or visit Cheeseman.com today. Skip Cheeseman DDS, caring for smiles, caring for you, and a proud supporter of the Roncalli Royals.
Since 1970, Piazza Produce has grown from a single truck operation into a trusted, family-owned produce partner, bringing exceptional quality and unmatched service to the food service industry. We deliver the ingredients chefs count on. With refrigerated GPS-tracked trucks covering more than 150 cities across the Midwest, Piazza Produce ensures your kitchen never runs out because service is everything. Piazza Produce, fresh from our family to yours. Visit piazzaproduce.com.
Rob Brown back with you here at La Pinta Field on the campus of Roncalli High School. Royals leading 9-3 over Ben Davis as we head to the top of the 5th, rather. Giants will have 9-1-2 due up in this 5th inning. Gavin McGee on for his 5th inning of work. McGee has allowed just 1 hit, 3 runs. And McGee has thrown 62 pitches through 4 innings, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks. You presume that at 63 pitches, this will likely be the final inning for McGee. Royals do have some activity in the bullpen. Bunt laid down, goes foul. Let's see who is down there throwing in the bullpen. See if we can get a number for you. Swing and a miss, pitch in on the hands, and Allen quickly down to the count 0-2. It's like Joey Matus, number 21, down there throwing. One, two, the count. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 7 for McGee. Back to the top of the order, Rasul Flanagan, who's walked twice. Flanagan scored a run in the first, scoring ahead of Morris, and Morris's 2-run home run in the first.
Some really high strikeout numbers for both of the starting pitchers here for Roncalli. Ash with 14 through 2 games. Now McGee following suit, 14 and counting. This is impressive.
That pitch misses away a ball, 2-0. Lifted into center field. Ash waited on it, then drifts to his left and hauls it in 2 away.
Hard to tell from your view as the audience, but there's a nice little stretch out there with some shade, and that's right where that ball dropped. Boy, if it went a little bit further, it was a little bit near. Would have made it a bit of a tougher play for Ash to make, but he was able to stay in the shade from where he's standing now really the whole time and made it that much easier for him. A little advantage of this time of year and this time of night.
Here's the number 2 hitter, Zab Andino. Started the game at second base, now the pitcher. 0 for 1 is Andino. And a sacrifice in the third. Right back up the middle. McGee spears the ground ball and jogs over to underhand it for the out. Second time tonight, McGee has retired the Giants in order. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Royals on top 9-3 on the Roncalli Media Network.
At Vision Quest Eye Care, we want to see what you see. For more than 25 years, we've offered eye exams for the whole family and care for a range of eye diseases and conditions. Pick out your glasses and sunglasses in our stunning new optical shop staffed with friendly faces. Visit us at our Greenwood and Fishers offices and schedule your visit at visionquesteyecare.com. That's visionquesteyecare.com. We want to see what you see.
Are you looking for a company that cares about meeting your financial needs? Werner Financial is the place for you. Our owner, Jason Werner, is a proud Roncalli member of the class of 2005 and has extensive knowledge and experience ensuring your investments are customized to fit your goals. The Werner Financial team is one that works for you and will handle your assets with precision and confidence. Our goal is for you to not only feel secure in your finances, but also to see real growth. Visit wernerfinancial.com to set up your meeting today and get started on your
Marian University scoreboard reads Roncalli 9, Ben Davis 3 as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Just 10 minutes from downtown Indianapolis, Marian University, a premier Catholic university committed to excellence in learning, excelling in teaching, research, and scholarly activities. Become a knight at marian.edu.
That's how you tag team a read, kids. 9-3 the score.
Be teaching that one at Syracuse next semester.
Easy now. Easy on the Syracuse. I will tolerate no Syracuse slander on this broadcast as a proud Newhouse graduate. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yes. First pitch swinging. Merkel lifts it high down the left side. Cope has a play in foul ground and makes it. Nice play by Cope to get over there and make the play. Out number 1. Yes, proud Newhouse School graduate, my friend. Grad school.
Yeah, as soon as you mentioned your proud Southport Cardinal is when I stopped listening. So that's why I've
that's fair.
Never retained
That's
that.
fair. That's fair. We can do that. I was there very quickly. That the broadcasting graduate program is 14 months in and out, straight through. Put you on the conveyor belt.
I like that. What about for undergrad?
Miami.
That's right.
Miami,
that's right.
Miami U.
I knew that.
Chris Rose was my broadcast partner at Miami.
Oh.
He of formerly the Major League Baseball Network, does some NFL Network stuff. Gio Artizone, 2 for 3. Bats with 1 away. Well, we continue to educate, as we like to do on these broadcasts. Baseball history time. You ready? April 7th. Some baseball history nuggets. 3-0 pitch to Artizone. Oh, my.
Caught a corner.
That pitch pulled back in the zone by Gilden nicely, and a strike called. 3-1. That one hits Artizone. And Artizone will head down to first.
And he looks and says, hey, there were 3 balls. You couldn't have just put that out of the zone. You didn't have to hit me.
Yeah,
It would have been going anyway. Don't make me have to earn it.
Presumably Artizone will be running. Has a team-high 9 stolen bases.
Including 1 today.
Yep. Here's Staley. Gallo, 2 for 3 with a double and a single. This day, 1958.
You were born?
I was not. You're close, though. Throw down. Artizone, first pitch running, and has an easy steal, number 10. The Dodgers played, when the Dodgers first got to Los Angeles, they played at the Coliseum,
okay,
which is not configured for baseball. As a result, they had a 42-foot screen down the left field line, and it was only 250 down the left field line. For comparison purposes, it's 316 down the line here at La Pinta Field. That was 1958.
How long do you think they played Coliseum?
I think it was 3 or 4 years while they were building Dodger Stadium.
That outside corner of the plate seems to be working here, and Andino realizes it. Some umpires wouldn't let it slide. This guy likes that spot, so he's going to keep putting it. That's a tough place to hit the ball.
Yep.
He's going to keep putting it right there in that same spot.
1-2 count, 1 out, 1 on. 9-3 Royals lead. That pitch misses away.
But he was trying again. He's trying to get him out to that corner, seeing what he can get away with.
Yep.
And why not? Especially when you're ahead in the count. You can put it even further, see if you can't get the batter to have that same thought of, well, if I leave this alone, it might be a punch-out.
2-2 count. Off-speed pitch drops in for strike 3. Oh, my.
How about the movement on that?
Had some tail on it.
Got to be kidding me.
First strikeout for Andino in relief. 2 outs. Here's Ash. Collins 0 for 3. Does have a run knocked in on a ground out.
It's the first strikeout all game.
Yeah,
right?
For any Ben Davis pitcher. You're right. So this date, 1970, I was born then, by the way. Major League Baseball returns to Wisconsin. As you may or may not recall, the Braves were in Wisconsin before going to Atlanta in the 50s and 60s. But Major League Baseball returns to Wisconsin on this day as the Brewers played their first game.
In Milwaukee?
As the Milwaukee Brewers, yeah.
Where'd the Braves play?
Braves went to Atlanta.
Well, before,
they
what
played
part of Wisconsin?
Milwaukee.
In Milwaukee.
Yeah. Yep. Brewers lost 12-0 to California on this day, 1970. I was born by then, by the way, before you ask me.
Yeah.
0-2 count. Ash taking all the way. Now, here's one that'll be right in your wheelhouse. This day, 2023. I can't believe this was already 3 years ago. Brady Ware of UIndy.
Oh, that's right. On this day?
On this day, April 7th, 2023. Brady Ware of UIndy, for those unfamiliar, the starting pitcher for the Hounds that day in the 14-0 win over Drury. Here's the pitch to Ash inside. And the count evens 2-2. 7-inning no-hitter, 4 for 4 at the plate with a cycle.
No-hitter and a cycle in the same game. It was incredible. Yes. And when you look up and down the pitching staff, if you had to guess a pitcher to throw that no-hitter, it would not be Ware. In fact, he struggled at times throughout the season after that.
That ball lifted in the air to right field, but the center fielder, Allen, comes over to make the play, and that'll end the inning. Royals retired in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. Royals lead 9-3, 6th inning around the bend next. Nathaniel's back with the play-by-play after this on the Roncalli Media Network.
About buying or selling land? Maybe a hunting paradise, some productive farmland, or a cozy home with some elbow room? Then look no further than Bill and Jay Miner, your Whitetail Properties land specialists. These Roncalli alums know West Central and South Central Indiana like the back of their hands. Don't wait. Call Bill and Jay today at 317-446-9500 or at 317-370-2422 or visit their agent profiles at whitetailproperties.com.
This broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Roncalli Media Network. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or any other use of this presentation without the express written consent of Roncalli High School is prohibited. Thank you for watching on the Roncalli Media Network.
It's a 9-3 Roncalli lead as we start the top of the 6th on the Marian University scoreboard with Rob Brown. I'm Nathaniel Finch. A new pitcher into the game, and it's Joey Matus, making, I believe, his first appearance.
Indeed, first appearance of the year.
So we'll see what his stuff looks like for the first time just now in the 6th game. But the Royals with a nice commanding lead. What a better time to put in a guy for his first spot.
Gavin McGee, the starter, goes 5 for the Royals, 71 pitches, 43 strikes. Allowed just 1 hit, 3 runs, all earned. 7 strikeouts, 3 walks. Another solid performance by the sophomore. In line, the Royals can collect 6 more outs in line to move to 2-0 on the season. And back with the play-by-play here in inning number 6, Nathaniel Finch.
Well, we were talking about Brady Ware with UIndy. This date, you said 3 years ago when he had
2023
hit for the cycle and threw a no-hitter in the same contest. He was not their ace by any means. It was his first season, I think his first and only season with the Royals, transferred in from somewhere in California.
Okay.
And just kind of caught fire, just one of those where everything was working. His stuff was great. He had some great games that season, but he was never thought of as the guy in that rotation, and just happened to have a great game and a great day, and a history-making day.
That was all over SportsCenter that day.
I don't want to misquote the stat, but it was up there as maybe the only once or twice, or if not the only time that someone had done that.
Well, and you go on the This Day in Baseball history sites that are out there, it's rare that you'll see anything on those sites that's not Major League Baseball related.
Yeah.
So you know it's a big deal if they put a college feat on those kind of sites. And you look up April 7th, and there's Brady Ware right alongside the Dodgers, the Brewers, Jack Morris throwing a no-hitter for the Tigers on this day, which was opening day back in '84.
Nice little attempt over at first, but the ball's just out of reach, and the runner leads off and is on. As Tyler Morris on base, can't quite get the throw there in time, and it was a hair off. So we start the inning with a runner aboard. And that brings up now Avery Mitchell. 0 for 2 today. A good chance to get in the hit column he has.
That goes down as an infield hit. The ball was deep in the hole. And that's the first hit for the Giants since Morris's home run.
Yeah, how about that?
And Morris has both hits. So Morris's 2-run home run in the first inning, that was the last hit for the Giants until that infield hit by Morris here to lead off the 6th.
Matus checks on Morris over at first. Tomorrow night, here on the Roncalli Media Network, same YouTube channel you're watching right now, we'll have some boys volleyball action for you, and I'll make sure it gets in the broadcast. A little This Day in History that on April 8th of 2023, I had a sit-down interview for about 10 minutes with the man Brady Ware.
There you go.
He was a great guy. Well, still is, I'd imagine.
Yes. No reason to think he isn't.
Pitching somewhere. Here's the hit over to first. Over to third, that is. Made the play to second. Didn't even attempt the pass, the throw over to first. So you get one out. Mitchell stands on first, and Morris tossed out at second.
Yeah, Baker thought about it to make the turn, looked over at first, saw there was no play, and smartly decided to pocket the baseball.
Mitchell reaches on a fielder's choice. Leland Cope now comes up, plays third base. Right down the middle, a nice pitch for Matus. Cope 0 for 2, flew out first inning, struck out in the 4th, won a 7 that McGee struck out. Here's one, dribbled over to the second baseman, 4, 6, and they don't attempt the throw again. But twice, the lead runner gets out, and now with 2 outs. Nothing wrong with that.
Yep, you'll take that.
Back-to-back fielder's choice.
But I think equally impressive is the fact that Matus is keeping the ball down, getting a lot of ground, getting 2 ground ball outs to start this inning.
The right-handed Derek Douglas into the batter's box. Low out of the zone. Douglas also 0 for 2. Flew out with a nice, well-struck ball to left field earlier on and grounded out. This one will hit down and get further. Coming around will try to score. Here comes the relay. It will score one. Will it? Close play at the plate, and it bounces over Pitts' head. Dropped in the dirt right in front of him, bounced over his head, or it could have been a play, but Cope crosses the plate, scores from first. 9-4 now. Ben Davis cutting into the deficit.
I'm not entirely sure. Ash took a tough angle to the baseball in left center field, and the ball skipped by him. A little surprised he didn't cut that one off. But heads up base running by Cope to come all the way around.
Douglas with a double. He stands over on second as Quentin Gilden now steps into the batter's box. Nice pitch, crosses that far corner of the plate. Strike one. And that's one that, well, could it have been a little bit off the plate? Maybe, but that's the spot this umpires liked. So Matus now sees that and takes advantage. And now he'll take a peek over to Douglas in his leadoff. 2 outs. You don't have to worry about the runner here. Just get that guy in the batter's box out.
So the scoring on that, a base hit for Douglas, and then Douglas advances and Cope scores on the error by Colin Ash. So that's the first Royal error of the night.
Off the bat, little nubber right to the pitcher. Matus makes the throw in time over to Hartman. Ben Davis knocks one in. Still a big Royal lead, 9-4 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Back in a moment with Rob Brown. I'm Nathaniel Finch on the Roncalli Media Network.
Need the job done right? Trust Indiana Electrical Services, your IBEW 481 union contractor. Proud sponsor of Roncalli Athletics, we're here to handle all your electrical needs, big or small. Jeff Russell, class of '99, and David Moran, class of '94, are proud to serve the community they love. And of course, we're cheering on the Royals every step of the way. Indiana Electrical Services, powering your home, your business, and your school spirit.
Whether you're heading out of town or just need trusted care for your pets, look no further than the Kennel at Arbor Lane. With spacious indoor and outdoor accommodations, a caring staff, and a commitment to treating every dog like family, the Kennel at Arbor Lane is where pets feel right at home. From short stays to extended boarding, your four-legged friends will be safe, happy, and loved. Give yourself peace of mind and your pets the care they deserve. The Kennel at Arbor Lane, a proud supporter of Roncalli Athletics. Visit thekennelatarbor.lane.com.
Second baseman, Jay.
Welcome back on the Roncalli Media Network. The Royals with a 9-4 lead, looking to hang on here at home against Ben Davis. Roncalli 3-2 the start to the season. Ben Davis still looking for win number 1 in game number 3, and a big hole to do so. First, the Royals will come up and swing the bats, an offense that has been awake the majority of this game. By the way, top of the 6th, the first run that Ben Davis had scored since all the way back in the 3rd inning, and, well, they had 2 hits, which is 3 total now for the game. So they had a nice little inning there. Matus' first action this season on the bump, and now the Royals offense will come out.
Well, and a defensive replacement for Ben Davis, Kylan Higgins is the new second baseman. Kylan Higgins, the senior, playing second base. Royals will have the middle of the order, Luke Baker, Luke Rader, Aiden Hartman up here in the bottom of the 6th.
And surprisingly, Anderson's still out in right field. I would have thought making that move, maybe they'd put Mitchell back in his original spot, but they like the contributions that the starting pitcher has done out there in right field, so why not leave him out there? Ready to roll, bottom of the 6th inning, as Luke Baker on the way to the plate. Hit by pitch his first time up, and he's 0 for 2 aside from that. He's looking to get in the hit column for the first time today. Baker this season, a .400 hitter. 6 hits, 6 runs, 6 RBIs as well. Couple of extra base hits. Leaves this alone, it's off the plate. Andino's come in and pitched really well in relief. Hasn't given up a run yet after you had 9 in the first 3 innings given up by the starter.
Move the ball around a little bit. You talked about it last inning, really pitching, especially to the Royal. Well, there's only one left-hand hitter in the Royals lineup. Pitching away, working that far outside edge of the strike zone.
This one spiked up. The umpire gracious to catch it. 2-0's the count. Royals with a 5-run lead on the Marion scoreboard. And how about that, a 4-pitch walk? Baker aboard for the second time today.
So second walk issued by Andino.
He has not given up a hit yet, though. An error, hit by pitch, and then those two walks. Luke Rader on the way. He is 0 for 3. He's put the ball up in the air all 3 times. He's just waiting on a pitch that he can send over. Rader, a 4.55 hitter early on in the season. Take the numbers with a grain of salt, but he's had a nice start. 5 hits, 5 runs, an extra base hit. Little substitution here.
They're going to send a runner out. That's Max Kreiner coming
into the
out
game
to run
for the 3rd time today. He's had some good work. Baker now gets a break.
Score update from Columbus North. The softball team winning tonight on the road, 13-5.
There we go.
Move their record to 3-1. Could bounce back after the loss at Center Grove last night.
Want to know with yours truly on the call. That was the season opener against Avon, where the Orioles jumped out to an 8-0 start, and we started reading the back of the scorecard, and then all of a sudden, Royals offense woke up, took the lead in just an inning or two. Grand slam from Benny Leffler. It was a heck of a game. Came back and won that one, 18-15, I believe. Here's the throw over to second. Sliding. Kreiner does his job. Steals his way over into scoring position.
Yeah, I took some of that broadcast in, and I was taking that in while you and Abby Carr were in full fill mode at 8-0. And then I departed.
So you were the luck. Well, as soon as you stopped watching, they started playing. Can't get it on the liner. It's down for a base hit. Luke Rader with his first notch of the day. He'll now run over to second as the runner comes home. That is why you bring in a courtesy runner. 10-4 now the new score. Royals notch one in. Luke Rader with the RBI single. And boy, that was a close one right off the glove of Morris, the first baseman.
He hit that right off the end of the bat, did Rader. Yeah, I checked in with David Lauk after that game. I said, what'd you end up winning by? And he said we kicked a late field goal and won 18-15.
Well, we had joked in the press box that it was a football score, and I thought, well, I made the joke that it was more runs than that season opening game the football team had.
Oh yeah, the 3-0.
Then I remembered. Oh right, it was 3-0. So
yeah,
we've had a couple of innings that have scored about as much as that entire game here today. Breaker off the plate. Isn't that crazy? 3-0 in the opener, and the two teams met for the state championship and put up fireworks.
Yeah, did not see that coming. That's a good point.
I always make good points, Rob. You don't have to sound surprised.
It's the cold medicine talking.
Well, it is cold outside, I'll tell you that. Poor Reagan Getz is freezing out there doing all her great work.
Yep.
An angel in the athletic department. Here's the pickoff attempt over to second. Easily sliding back in time, Rader. Aiden Hartman waits for his chance, this 1-2 count. A double came around to score. That was a 2-out double in the third. Got a big rally. Ended up bringing Anderson out of the game eventually. And reached on an error, left on third base. Here, this one off the end of the bat. Going to be a tough play to make. Mitchell with the throw over, and he does get it there in time. First out, but it moves. Rader over to third.
That was a tough play because the ball hit the mound and kind of took a different route then to shortstop. And Mitchell adjusted easily and threw out the runner a couple steps to spare.
Carrington Pitts up to the plate. Certainly a unique stat line. 0 for 0. But he's reached 3 times and scored twice. Is that how you'd say that? 0 for 0 would be 0 for 0, right? What would that
I
be?
think you could go either way. I think you could go either way on that.
The old adage is 0 is not a number.
Yes. I've heard Mark Boyle say that
That's
once.
what I was going to say. There's a man
him,
sitting at Gainbridge right now that would.
I've heard him say it 60 times.
Looking to throw over to first. Gets it there in time, but another run scores. Cope thought about sending one to the plate. Instead, he allowed Rader to cross home and got Pitts out for out number 2. We'll be hanging out with Mark on the Pacers in different rooms. I'll be producing, but upcoming on Friday, and I'll just have to ask him myself in baseball.
Yeah, I think he would. I think I have a pretty good idea how he would answer that.
Probably wouldn't say a word and just take off his headset. Say, seriously, kid.
Yeah.
Get the throw out over to first base. But 2-run score for the Royals. A hit, 11-4. Now the score on that Marion scoreboard as we head to the top of the 7th inning on the Roncalli Media Network.
Family owned and operated since 1971, O'Reilly Branson Funeral Service and Crematory has been dedicated to serving families with the utmost dignity and compassion. The staff at O'Reilly Branson are experts in pre-planning, cremation, and at-need funeral arrangements, and have a long history of supporting your Roncalli Royals. Your wishes are honored to the finest detail, allowing you to celebrate the life and cherished memories of your loved ones. For more information, visit O'ReillyBranson.com. O'Reilly Branson, where our Catholic family serves your Catholic family.
Since 1970, Piazza Produce has grown from a single truck operation into a trusted, family-owned produce partner, bringing exceptional quality and unmatched service to the food service industry. We deliver the ingredients chefs count on. With refrigerated GPS-tracked trucks covering more than 150 cities across the Midwest, Piazza Produce ensures your kitchen never runs out because service is everything. Piazza Produce, fresh from our family to yours. Visit piazzaproduce.com.
Welcome back. The Roncalli Media Network. Royals notch 2. We will now update the scoreboard to reflect that. The score is now 11-4 on that Marion scoreboard. Offense continuing to shine here in this one for Roncalli with Rob Brown. I'm Nathaniel Finch. Time for the Royal Roll Call. It's brought to you by the Kennel at Arbor Lane. Let us know you're watching. We'll shout you out right here. You can trust the Kennel at Arbor Lane to take care of your pets while you are away, where pets feel at home. And Royals fans, stay connected. The Kennel at Arbor Lane. And a huge thank you to Eddie Garrison for listening and watching back from home. There's your shout out. Rob, anybody on your end tell you that tuning in?
No, I was actually busy talking about Miami football coaches from the 80s with Frank Sergi during that.
Well, I thought I was going to lose you for the rest of the broadcast.
We were deep in discussion about 1980s Miami University football coaches. So there we go. We're back. I'm glad Eddie's listening. That's good. Glad he's with us. First plate appearance for Kylan Higgins. Came in defensively in the last half inning.
And he'll see a strike cross the plate. Nobody told him the memo that those just outside of that right corner of the plate are basically it's where the strike zone is shifted. Checks that, hits, and now the run over to first in time. Nice and easy 1-3 put out to start the top of the 7th inning. Two outs left for Ben Davis. Over the last decade or so, Rob, really struggling to put together some good baseball seasons. Of course, all the success in the world on the gridiron and on the basketball court, but something just not quite clicking. Similar one here.
You have not had a winning season since 2014. But one of the things that these two programs have in common, they've both won a state title. Roncalli's coming 10 years ago. Hard to believe that was 10 years ago.
Holy smokes.
2016.
Blooper hit high up over to the second baseman. No issues there.
Ben Davis' state championship 45 years ago, 1981. Back in the old one-class tournament.
Speaking of that, over the weekend, I had the pleasure of sitting in on a conversation Westwood One Radio had with Bobby Plump.
Sure, yeah.
Talking about his shot and, well, his comparisons to what Braylon Mullins, the Greenfield Central and Indiana Mr. Basketball kid, did to Duke over the weekend, and how that shot could live with Mullins the remainder of his life the way that Plump's is. And, well, now Bobby Plump running a restaurant in Broad Ripple. Have to go check it out.
It's good.
Have you been? You've been?
Yeah.
Good place?
Yeah, food's good. Yeah, it's a good spot.
Of course, all eyes on Indy. Here's this one. The throw over to first. If it's in time, we're done. And it is! A strikeout. Can't outrun the throw. And the Royals win 11-4 the final. Roncalli defeating Ben Davis and advancing to 4-2 on this young season. The offense was alive from start to finish. Got some good pitching as well. What a win for the Royals.
Excuse me, strong effort by the Royals. And I know Tony Vittorio talked in our pregame about he wanted to see a great approach by his hitters, and he got that tonight with 11 runs on the board.
By the way, O'Reilly Branson Funeral Home, serving families with the utmost dignity and compassion. Family-owned and operated since the early 70s. Your wishes are honored to the finest detail, allowing you to celebrate the life and cherished memories of your loved ones. O'ReillyBranson.com. We wrap it up with a Piazza Produce post-game show after this on the Roncalli Media Network.
It's time for the Piazza Produce postgame show on the Roncalli Media Network. Piazza Produce. Freshness you can count on.
Tonight, our Royals played as a team, but one athlete clearly gave us a sign of greatness. And who better to help spotlight this standout performance than Business Art Designs, the experts in making big moments impossible to miss. With over 35 years of experience, they know how to make excellence stand out. From temporary signs to lasting displays, they bring every message to life. Congrats to this week's Roncalli Royals Player of the Game.
Well, we only needed 6.5 innings to determine this one. Roncalli with the 11-4 win over Ben Davis. That's the final score, and it started with a 2-run blast that got Ben Davis on the board early. Roncalli didn't seem to care. They tied it up in the bottom of the opening inning and then put on a scoring clinic after that. Your Business Art Designs Player of the Game. Not too hard to pinpoint today.
Gavin McGee, the winning pitcher, the sophomore starter for the Royals. A strong 5 innings, allowed just 1 hit, 3 runs, all earned. 7 strikeouts and 3 walks. Through 71 pitches did McGee, 43 strikes. And he becomes the first Royal pitcher to notch 2 victories on the season. He's 2-0 as McGee, and the Royals get back in the win column and improve to 4-2 on the season.
And he becomes the first Royal player this season to be named the ever-prestigious Business Art Designs Player of the Game. Our post-game sponsor is Piazza Produce, family-owned and trusted in Indianapolis since 1970, a leading distributor of the freshest produce, specialty items, proteins, and more, delivering exceptional quality across the Midwest. Piazza Produce, unmatched service and freshness you can count on after every single game. Mr. Rob Brown, would be remiss if we got out of here half inning earlier. Is there anything left in the chamber in terms of your educate on those note cards you want to?
Nah, we're good. We did what we needed to do tonight in regards to giving the people some extra knowledge. But great. We heard Tony Vittorio talk in the pregame show about he wanted to see a good approach from his hitters at the plate tonight. I think he accomplished that with 11 runs on the board and solid pitching by Gavin McGee. Just 1 hit allowed in his 5 innings. And it's shaping up here early that the Royals are going to have a very strong rotation between Colin Ash, who you know is the ace, the senior in his 3rd year as a varsity starter, working alongside the 2 sophomores, Dane Burton, Gavin McGee, and the junior Joey Ortman.
Big game coming up on Thursday right here at La Pinta Field, Roncalli High School. The Royals will take on Cecina in that one. That's 6 o'clock Thursday. Encourage you to come out and keep an eye on that one. The next time that you'll hear Rob Brown and my voice here on YouTube on the Roncalli Media Network for a baseball game will be Monday the 20th against Greenwood. Encourage you to tune into that one. And Well, also tomorrow night we've got some boys volleyball action for you on RMN, taking on Zionsville. We start that one off at 7 o'clock, so be sure to tune in there. Thank you for watching all game long. Anything else you want to add, Rob? It was a pleasure calling this game with you. First time you and I worked together.
It was a blast, my friend. I enjoyed it. Look forward to our next time out. We'll read the line score very quickly. Ben Davis, 4 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, 3 left. Roncalli, 11 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, and 6 left. Gavin McGee, the winner, moves to 2-0. Johnny Anderson, the losing pitcher, 0-1 on the season. Time of the game, 1 hour and 59 minutes.
That does it. For Rob Brown, I'm Nathaniel Finch. Thanks for tuning in. Royals beat Ben Davis, the final 11-4.